In recent years, the food industry in China has been damaged by numerous food fraud scandals. The most high-profile of these was the 2008 milk scandal, in which dairy products, including powdered infant formula milk, were found to be contaminated with the industrial chemical melamine. More recently, fraud in the alcohol industry and the olive oil industry has been exposed. In this context, it is perhaps not surprising that demand for European imports, including whisky, olive oil, and in particular infant formula milk, is very strong. From the perspective of European food and drink manufacturers, it is important to ensure that the expectations of Chinese consumers are being met in terms of the integrity of European food and drink products. In our study, we want to understand consumers' attitudes and perceptions on food authenticity and traceability, and we have focused in on a few selected products coming from Europe, namely infant milk formula, olive oil and Scotch whisky. Our aim is to formulate recommendations for European companies which export food products to China. In January 2015, we carried out 6 focus groups in 3 cities in China. All our interviews were with middle upper class purchasers of high-end EU food products. In September 2015, we returned to China and we carried out 5 interviews with Chinese consumers in support of the focus group findings. These interviews were video recorded.
He said he definitely pay much attention to the food authenticity issues because all the customers want to buy the real food they want. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, he said he is aware of this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it something that he thinks about when he's looking to purchase food products?
就说你在买的时候是不是会想？
对啊，
Yes.
Okay.
She is aware of this question, so she definitely think about this problems. She thinks it happened mainly in the alcohol industry and the nutritional food, functional food industry, especially for those kind of products have high added value because they have high profit in that. So like the millennium in the infant formula happened in the 2008. You know it caused critical harm to the infants. Yes. And that's all.
Okay.
He thinks, especially for the high price product and like the alcohol beverages and famous brand product, some unscrupulous producer will add the fake oil or oil residue to the olive oil. And so she thinks definitely it will cause the harmful effect for his health and for her health and safety, and she will no longer buy the product which is fake. So she thinks for customer, the risk exists in safety and health. He thinks definitely have the health and the safety issues because if it is a small producer produced and without the business certificate, and you will never know what's the exact quality in that product. This is mainly, the quality inspection organization like the government should mainly responsible for these issues, and some of the research institute has already conducted research on food authenticity. She thinks the government will do the quality inspection on a regular basis, but she doesn't know what will retailer do off the top of her head.
Okay, that's fine.
So she thinks every sector in the food supply chain will be responsible for that. For example, first one is the food manufacturer. They are responsible for produce the real product, and then is the government should do the inspection on a regular basis and have a proper mean to guarantee the product. And third is the retailers. They should not put the expired product on shelf like this.
Okay, that's great.
So she make an order. The first one is the government. The second followed by is family and relatives, friends, and then is the producer.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the producer's at the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay.
So first point he thinks is if they have a very delicate packaging. Okay. And second one is about the label, the labeling issues, like if there are many wrong characters on the brand. And the third one is he will look up the producer of that product. If it is a big producer, have the accreditation, then he will believe.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So she thinks that she doesn't have a specific supermarket to go, but she will check the scale of the supermarket. If it is a big scale, she will trust more. Yeah, and also she will check the label of the product, the price of the product, the country of origin, and the main ingredients.
Okay.
Now we have a mobile app to scan the product, and she will sometimes scan the barcode of the product to check whether the product is real. Okay. If it is real, it should be some information on the barcode. Yeah, for that barcode. So for customer personally, he thinks it will be good for their health, for their friends and relatives, and for the whole food supply chain. It could help the enterprise last longer. Okay. Yeah. For the whole food supply chain in China, it can have it could promote the advance of the whole supply chain, because she thinks at the moment the productivity of the Chinese food supply chain is not as high as the world level. So if we can maintain we can guarantee the authenticity issues, it would further strengthen our productivity and build up the trust of our customer. Generally, she will feel very unhappy, and if it is a cheap product, it just have the safety problems. But if it is an expensive product, it will cause massive economic loss, know. And also, she thinks it damaged her right, because she wants to buy the real product, know. This is right issues. So basically, straightforward. Yeah. So for herself, she is very willing to pay more and take more time to find the real product. But on the other hand, it depends on how much. If it is in his affordable level, he will pay more for the authenticated product. Okay. She definitely willing to pay more, and because she thinks there are many food safety scandals existing in this world, and in order to prevent these problems, she even made product herself. She will believe more for the homemade product, like this kind of thing.
The overall findings from the qualitative research indicate that in the minds of Chinese consumers, food fraud is inextricably linked to food safety concerns, with particular concern for infants and the cumulative long-term effects for their health. Consumers lack confidence in regulators and do not trust manufacturers and retailers, given the profit-driven focus of the food industry in China. Consumers do attach importance to certain cues of authenticity, such as labelling, country of origin, import stickers, brands, and QR codes. And consumers are willing to pay more for imported food they deem to be safer than what is domestically available. The next phase of the study entails testing the generalizability of these findings through 2 surveys, each administered to 1,000 Chinese consumers. Thank you for watching.